What up, everybody? And today in the 7DS courts, we have a gentleman called Jimmie. Now, in recent news, I've been told to look a bit deeper to see if this guy really is a cheater, wife beater, and kiddie toucher, most importantly. And I have been looking. Certain things is coming up a bit suspicious, and certain things is coming up as they should do. So what was about to happen is we're going to take a seat inside the courts, and this is how I'm going to deal with it on these YouTube courts. Mostly it's me you're going to be hearing from, and my thoughts and what I know and what I remember from y'all, the people. And I'm going to go forth with it. I may even at one point bring it to a live stream, because this is just part one. This is day one in courts, you know what I'm saying? And this is where I'm going to just talk about a couple of things, like an introduction, okay? So, like I said, we have this guy, Jimmie. Now, Jimmie's from a city where life is kind of gritty. Far from pretty, you can see from his face. Now, we're not here to disrespect at all, because he could be innocent. But is he innocent, and how much innocent is he really? Okay? So, listen, right? There's been accusations thrown out about this guy being a child pedophile, child groomer. There's also evidence of him talking in a way that he wants to sexually do things to an underage child. I think that child's name was like 11, right? So there's also evidence of him talking a certain way about another person's child. So I think there's like 2 child, maybe 3, right? So now what we need to do is find evidence to say that this guy is a groomer or a child kiddie fiddler. You know what I'm saying? Or plays in that kind of realm, right? So let's talk about what we kind of know right now, right? So I know of 2 people, kids that he spoke of. I recently asked questions. In fact, let me just keep going with what we know. We've also heard video evidence of him talking in a way to suggest he wants to stick his dingaling in another person's little baby child. Also, there's obviously another evidence that goes for 2 people, but I've heard he say about one person's child, so he's clearly said it about another person's child as well, because that's what the talk is on the street. Now, that's all we got so far to work from. What I do need is more history. Has he does this much more? How often does he speak on little kids? What kind of content did he display? You understand? And like, do they post up examples and stuff like that? You know, I just want to know how far, or how far, exactly how far in to this madness they are, how much they talk about kids. Is it every day, every other day? Listen, we have to take into consideration that this is a channel, well, that channel, his channel, is a channel, when they're attacking you, they attack your kids, because, you know, they're not very brainworthy of saying anything else. So that's what we got to work with so far. That's all we got to work with so far. Now I have to come to a realization or understanding or a level feeling or whatever. I've got to come to a conclusion as to, is he a groomer or some kind of child sex offender? What I will be doing in part 2 of court, we'll be listening to the playback and catching it, you know. We're going to be looking at other things. If there's another, if the other videos out there where he was talking about Ralph Buttles' son or daughter, we will also play that. And we're going to talk about those that he rides with, what they're like. You know, we want to actually branch in far. You get me? How deep and how dark this dark sector actually is. Yeah, so what we're going to do is... What we're going to do is, with the next step would be actually listening to the evidence. All right, that will be on day 2 of court. We're going to listen to some of the evidence of stuff. On day 3, we're going to talk about the parties involved, you know, to see how widely spread out this thing is. And then at the end of that, in part 4, we'll come to a conclusion. You understand? Because I don't like to be wrong at those that get at. I don't like to waste my time getting at people if they're not what they're supposed to be. You know what I'm trying to say? If you get what I mean by that word, supposed to. When I say supposed to, it means what I'm being hearing in my ears. You understand? But at the same time, this does not save him for the fact that he may have said these things. So yes, we will actually continue with this at a later date, and I'ma go because I got other things to do. All right, I just wanted to test this out and bring you word on the street to say that I am actually thinking about this subject. You understand? Like I'm saying, I did recently say it felt like I was bullying because the way I was getting no response. But I've been speaking to somebody and they told me a little something that I should really take into consideration. You know? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to level balance this thing because like I'm saying, I reserve all my energy for bosses, niggas with energy, those that can walk the walk. You understand? Talk the talk, whatever. You understand? That's what I reserved my energy for. Thought this was the greyhound in the playground. You understand? And clearly he's not. So let's just see if he really isn't. Or is he? Trying to, you know, be smart. Act like you don't really take part. I don't know. Let's add some light into the dark sector. That will make things much better. So yeah. Let me go right now, flexer, do the 2-stepper. Look out for part 2 in the court, 7DS, you know what I'm trying to say? And we are going to get down finally to the nitty gritty when it comes to this guy being a child sex offender or not. You understand? But like I'm saying, if it turns out that he's not or is, that still... don't get him out of... He has to explain the evidence. Okay? And it better be a good reason, because if it's not good enough, then energy would just stay the same. Okay. So, boom. This is part 1 of courts. You know what I'm trying to say? The introduction. What's going to come next and that. And look out for part 2. And yeah, it's your boy 7 and I'm out. Gone.